Kutnu is a kind of fabric unique to Gaziantep. Kutnu is woven from cotton floss thread into a very colorful fabric. When the art of printing was being lost in the world, the story of Kutnu began. The Kutnu fabric is repeatedly printed with a variety of colors, resulting in unique colors and motifs, and its manufacturing was the breadwinner for hundreds of people in Gaziantep for a time. This fabric, woven with countless effort and eye strain, draped over our young girls and mothers. Our lives were brightened by its motifs. Today, Gaziantep is the only province continuing to manufacture Kutnu fabric, and it can be seen being used to make bags for tourists, decorating shop windows, and as decorated slippers. In the past, Kutnu was woven from pure silk, but today it is made with artificial silk, which is cotton floss thread. We will see now how the threads are individually attached to the warp of the loom with great care. The thread attached to the warp loom unwinds, and it is attached to the color thread that it will be dyed. Master Ertuğrul dyes the thread carefully that comes to the dyeing factory. The important thing to notice during the dyeing process is that if care is not taken, the thread cannot be used in the design and is thrown away. After being dyed, the threads are taken to specialists known as mazekçi. They dip the thread in glue water and hang it to dry. This glue that is obtained from the apricot tree joins together 40 separate fibers in the thread. If this step was not done, the thread would fall apart in the loom and could not be used for weaving. Master Hussein and his team start work before sunrise. They unwind the thread at the top of a long wall and both separate the threads from each other and allow them to dry. They form balls with the dried threads while the day is still young. In the past, this process could be seen in almost every neighborhood and was a colorful sight on the streets. There was a rainbow of colors on every wall. The next job is for the Tarakça workers. They give the design to the colorful threads. First, they pass the threads one by one through the machine, then they make the motif. These motifs are usually straight lines. After this process, the thread that gives the design is attached to the loom, and the weaver shuttle begins to pass from one side to the other. For 1 meter of fabric, the master works until evening without break. After the fabric is woven, it is ironed and sent to the next stage where the measurement in meters is written. It is prepared for sale. If it needs to be starched, our journey is lengthened a bit. First, it is taken to the starching area, dried, and ironed again before packaging. Do you wonder who buys Kutnu fabric and for what purpose? Over 70-year-old Uncle Cevdet, who has been stubbornly selling this fabric for years, answers us with a sigh. Nothing is the same anymore. The customers are folk dance groups and those who come to Istanbul on the southern coast. Kutnu fabric is divided into 3 categories according to the warp number. First is Mecidiye-Kutnu with a thread count of 4,000. Second is azaldı.Kutnu with 3,000. And third is Meydaniye with 2,000. These have different names taken from their motifs. But it is impossible to find some patterns today. For example, a Mecidiye pattern is only being woven by one man who lives in a village. What can we say? We can only hope that the craft of Kutnu silk weaving doesn't become extinct. We have great respect for the craftsmen who have continued this artwork to its present form.